and work just under the point of the hip. We have a tensor under here. Now we're going to come around the back of him, working in through here, working with the gracilis. There's a group of muscles in here. Use all of your hand, your fingers, reach inside. Be careful you don't get kicked. Ooh, yeah. If he moves away, just use a little bit of opposing pressure on his hip. You should start to supple up under here. The important thing is to keep the rhythm going. Don't let up on the rhythm. All right, we'll come around behind him. If you think your horse is going to kick you, don't do this. Anyway, hold him with your fingers on the inside, thumb on the outside. We can come around here. Use this thumb knuckle again, this technique. Flat edge of the thumb there. And work on his gaskin area. I have to say, I can't say it often enough, don't take any chances, especially if you don't know the horse. Always play it safe. Good boy. This is how the gaskin should move. You should feel it under your hands like this. You should feel a lot better. You should feel supple. It's going to work any tight areas through, work them out. Good boy. Okay, I'm going to come forward. We come to the shoulder now. We have the triceps running down the back. We have the serratus ventralis running back through here, onto his ribs. So we want to work, first of all, check it out. Check how the triceps feels. Is it a little hard and blocky? It is here. Feels a little bit wooden here. Much softer and pliable coming up here. Up in here, just a little tight. Just want to work in there with the thumb. Is the first thing I'd do. Just up in here. Just up in that insertion of the... Good boy. Then come forward of the triceps, we have the deltoid running down onto the humerus. You want to run back up the deltoid. Just work across it like this, careful how you go. Working those knuckles in. I'm working on these muscles in a pattern that I have, which I find unlocks them in the easiest or simplest fashion. So having worked on this area of the shoulder, you should be able to get your fingers underneath here. We can check out the bottom. If we draw an area, a triangle, straight down here, straight behind the triceps, back about this far, and up onto here, a long, a tall, right angle triangle. You can work with the finger across this area, this bottom area of the triangle. You see this horse mouthing a little bit about that, showing a little bit of discomfort, but not too bad. Same thing as keep the rhythm going. Use your knuckles. This is working across the serratus. Then we have the latissimus dorsi running over this. Okay. You see how he's filled out there a little, he's smoothed out a little. If you find your horse is very reactive around here, in this area, come forward. And we come to the brachiocephalus. Work your finger in here. This point of the brachiocephalus in here. You see he's got a little bit of discomfort. What are you doing there, Jack? Just work along, work away quietly. across the muscle fibre again. I haven't got a lot of pressure here, probably about 4. If we go to 5, it's a little more uncomfortable than you'd like. You can see how he's moving his leg here. The horse that was perfectly sound, not muscle sore. I'm not saying he's lame, just a little muscle sore. And working there. You see that softening up a little. This area here on the point of the shoulder, we work around here. It's also helping. Work across that brachia like this with a thumb. Roll it around. Get the blood to move through there. The big secret is getting blood moving, getting muscle to supple up again. Good boy. Okay, we're going to work up here. This is a little like a bell rope running up here. I can grab hold of that. I can't, he's a little tense, so we're going to get him a little looser. Support with your fingers under there as you work across that muscle. Good boy. Use the other hand. Beautiful. Working there with your thumb. Good boy. Okay, we come back down here. Put your thumb on top of this brachiocephalus here, your fingers underneath, pressure on with your thumb, off with your fingers, pressure on with your fingers, off with your thumb. It's a flick between the two. We work away here. Good boy. You can see him starting to soften up a little. Like that. Good boy. As you find this muscle starting to soften, so will your horse. Okay, when you think you've worked on that and got a little better, we come to the pectorals. Put your hand under the bottom, underneath there. This muscle fibre is running basically this way. Work across it and up towards the top. Remember, you've got to repeat this process on the other side of your horse. What you massage on one side, you must do on the other. Good boy. We work away here. Work your fingers in and across that muscle. You may be able to see this softening up a little. I can feel it softening up in my hands. Good boy. Just keep working in there. He's looking a whole lot happier. All right. Up this leading edge of the shoulder here, this break of the shoulder, we have the supraspinatus wrapping around the front here. So we're working here. Use the knuckles across the top. So we can work on it this way. Just like that. Good boy. Or we can hold your horse like this and use your elbow in there. He thinks that's okay. You've got to use some pressure. You see, that's looking a little better. You can pull that right out there. Good boy. We'll come to this brachio again. Good boy. All right, below the supraspinatus, we have the infraspinatus running down into here. Work along here, under the spiny ridge on the shoulder. It's the infraspinatus. Work across the muscle. Runs up here in a big sheet at the top. That's a pretty simple way of doing it. Okay. We can work our elbow into his neck. This is really good for in here. Just above, or over the brachiocephalus, is the multifidus. We can work our elbow in there, just keep the rhythm going. When you get up around his ears here, you can work gently, try gently pulling his ear out a little, moving them around. Horses get very tight around here. Good boy. Okay. We look here through the sternocephalic muscle through here. This is this big heavy under muscle that people hate seeing. Okay, the brachiocephalus is used for a horse to bring his neck around. And when the neck and head and neck are set straight, it's primarily used to bring the shoulder forward, primary mover. So it's a very important muscle. If your horse has a problem on one lead, start looking here. Start looking in this muscle here. Start looking up the top here. Look at the trapezius back here. And the triceps. This will cause your horse to take a short step. Okay, now we'll take the foreleg. We'll start working there. Following through the sequence, we'll work across here. We can work on the radial carpal extensor. Just support with your other hand just behind his elbow and work your knuckles in here. Just to help to loosen this off. It shouldn't be this tight. Okay, now if we come to the front of the leg here, we'll just pull this up a little. Just rest that between your knees there. We check this muscle out. This is the radial carpal extensor. Check. All this foreleg muscle is free. Rub your thumb in through here. Use the side of your thumb. Still keeping that little bit of rhythm. I can't tell you how important the rhythm is to keep that little bit of rhythm going, just to help the horse relax. He looks pretty good in there. Now we hold his leg there, swing your leg in under his knee. You keep your hand on his wither. It's a good point. Good area to keep your hand, helps keep a horse calm. Now we can work in under here. So anterior pectoral we can work on. Balance the horse. You can help to stretch this leg out using your own leg, like this. Get the horse to extend his leg. You can work in through here. Good boy. Just in behind the triceps here, down to the elbow. Making sure all of that's loose. Good boy. Okay. If you find the horse won't let you do that, you think he's going to jump on you, just pick his leg up like this. Take him in a grip like that, and you can work under his elbow in that fashion. Not as good, but a lot safer. Okay. Now I'm going to show you, basically to finish off here, 2 exercises. We can do an exercise with this leg. We want to rotate it. So we'll pick it up, support him here, under the pastern, right down here, around the fedlock, just support him there, Use your forearm as a bar against his upper leg. Hold him below the knee. Don't let the lower leg flex on the knee. Now just slowly, with small circles, start a rotation. This stretches everything in the shoulder and helps his leg, helps all those shoulder muscles to stretch. Go both ways. Start with smaller circles and increase them out a little. Good boy. Stretch him back. Remember, if your horse is really tight, just start with small, easy circles. Let him ease his leg out. And stretch everything back like that. Good boy. Now we'll take this leg forward, under here, hold him by the toe, and a lift, stretch the toe out, let his leg down. And that's the foreleg exercise. Okay, we come down the horse's hindquarters. You're just going to pick his leg up. It's better. Good boy. Put your elbow under his hock. Take him around the pastern with an overhand grip around here, and just ease the leg back a little. When you get a little bit of resistance, good boy. Ease the pressure off. I'm going to stretch these muscles. This is going to help him moving. Good boy. Now you want to take the leg forward. Ooh. Take the horse under the fetlock there, and let him rest his toe there. Secure his toe with your fingers and a little grip there. That makes the horse feel better, a little safer. You can bend at the hip. Make sure you bend at the hip. Just try and stay relaxed. Don't pull hard with his leg. If the horse tries to take it off you, don't resist him too hard. He'll always win. Okay. The idea is to lift the toe, ease it forward. This is like you touching your toes. And you know you don't want to do it straight away, so it's a little bit at a time. There we come. Till his toe comes up to his elbow. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. As you walk your horse out, let him have a little bit of rope. Don't pull him along too hard, just let him relax a little to start with, get himself back together. Let him get his feet under him. And as we start to get a little further on, we can walk him a little longer. Speed up his walk. Now we can walk him out a little faster, get him to use himself a little more, increase his stride, get him to track up well. His neck should be relaxed. His hindquarters should start to have a little bit of a roll to them. His back should have a nice swing. You find as he starts to use himself, his back comes up. This is how he should be when you ride him. A lot of horses you see are a little upside down. Their backs are down, the croups are a little flat, and the heads tend to be up or out straight in front of them, and a little tight, like they swallowed a piece of 4x2. And that's a bad sign. Now this horse is looking pretty good. I'd like to summarise what we've done today with this massage technique. If you only learn one thing from today, from this tape, then that's how to look after your horse's back. Your horse's back affects exactly how your horse goes. It affects him in extension, in using his shoulders. It'll make him a little heavy on the forehand. He won't be able to use his hindquarters correctly. He won't be able to track up correctly. It'll make him sore in the hindquarters, and he'll lose flexion in his neck. It'll make him tighten the neck. And in the girth line, he won't be able to lift his back and work correctly. What I do find is 75% of the problems that a horse has are due directly or indirectly to the saddle and or rider. Both these problems can be addressed. I do a tape on saddle fitting and biomechanics of the horse. That's a lot more involved than what we've gone into today, on how the saddle affects the way your horse moves and what you can do about it. What you need from what you should take from today is the massage technique that I've shown you, which is easy to do and easy to learn. You should be able to affect the way your horse goes a lot and help him out a lot. Get a much more athletic horse. So all I can say to you is I hope you've enjoyed this tape and I hope you have a lot of success with massaging your horse. Thanks.